Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's special English learning journey. Do you truly want to make English feel like a natural part of your thinking? Do you dream of the day when speaking English feels effortless and automatic? If your answer is yes, then you are absolutely in the perfect place. Today, we will immerse ourselves in a longer, more detailed story designed to train your brain through repetition and engagement. The story is called The Hidden Melody of Naples. It follows the journey of Leo, a talented but lonely musician from Canada who travels to Italy seeking inspiration and discovers that sometimes the most important music isn't found in concert halls, but in the stories of ordinary people. A chance meeting with an elderly instrument maker guides him toward a truth that will change his life and his art forever. I will tell the story sentence by sentence. Remember, the key is to listen, pause, and repeat. Mimic my pacing and intonation. This active practice is what rewires your brain for fluency. Are you ready to begin? Let us start our story. My name is Leonardo Rossi, but everyone calls me Leo. This is the story of how I traveled across the ocean to find a new sound for my music and instead found the missing notes of my own soul. I am a violinist. For years, my life has been a predictable rhythm of practice sessions, rehearsals, and performances in concert halls across Toronto. The applause is loud, but my heart feels silent. My music, my teachers say, is technically perfect, but lacks passion. It lacks a story. I feel empty, as if I am playing notes written for someone else's life. One rainy afternoon, my agent, Michael, calls me. His voice is excited. "Leo, I have an opportunity for you," he says. "There's a prestigious international music festival in Naples, Italy, in 3 months. They are looking for a soloist to premiere a new composition. This could be your big breakthrough." Italy. The word itself feels like a melody, but fear tightens my chest. "My playing isn't good enough," I whisper. Michael laughs. "Then go find what's missing. Go to Italy early. Listen, breathe, live. Find the passion you keep locked away." After a long silence, I agree. 1 month later, I arrive in Naples with my violin case and a single suitcase full of doubt. The city is a symphony of chaos and beauty, a vibrant, noisy, breathtaking opera happening in the streets. Vespas zoom like angry hornets. Laundry hangs between ancient buildings like colorful flags, and the smell of espresso and baking pizza fills the warm air. I rent a small apartment in the historic center, its windows overlooking a narrow cobblestone street. My plan is simple: to wander and to listen. For the first week, I walk for hours. I sit in cafes and write snippets of melodies in my notebook. I record the sounds of the market, the fishermen calling out, the church bells marking the time. But the connection, the spark I need, still hides from me. One evening, lost in thought, I wander into a quieter, older part of the city. The grand tourist shops give way to tiny, shadowy workshops. That is when I hear it, a faint, beautiful, sorrowful sound. It is the sound of a violin, but unlike any I have ever heard. It is raw, ancient, and full of a profound sadness that stops me in my tracks. I follow the sound like a sailor following a siren song. It leads me to a small, dusty storefront with a faded sign that reads, Fabbrica di Strumenti Antichi, Giuseppe. Ancient Instrument Workshop, Giuseppe. The door is slightly ajar. I push it open and a little bell chimes. The music stops abruptly. The workshop is a magical cave of wood shavings, glue pots, and countless instruments in various states of repair. In the dim light, an old man sits on a stool, a worn violin resting on his knee. He looks at me with sharp, intelligent eyes. "You play?" he asks in heavily accented English, nodding at my case. "Yes," I say. "I heard you playing. It was heartbreakingly beautiful." He gestures for me to come closer. "This violin," he says, stroking it gently. "It has a sad story. It belonged to a great musician who played on it only during the war, for people hiding in fear. The wood remembers the tears." He introduces himself as Giuseppe. He has been making and restoring instruments here for over 60 years. I tell him about my search, my empty music. He listens quietly, his fingers tracing the grain of a piece of spruce. "You young musicians," he sighs. "You search for passion in practice rooms. Passion lives in people, in their history. Come back tomorrow. Bring your violin." The next day I return. Thus begins my unexpected apprenticeship with Giuseppe. I do not go to conservatories. I go to his workshop every morning. He teaches me to feel the wood, to understand that an instrument is not just an object, but a container for stories. He sends me on errands, telling me to talk to people. Ask the baker when he is happiest. Ask the old woman at the fountain about her first love. Listen to the rhythm of their speech, he instructs. Slowly, I begin to talk to the locals. My Italian is terrible, but they are patient. I meet Maria, the baker, who tells me about her son who moved to America. I meet old Carlo, who sells fish and sings old Neapolitan songs with a voice like cracked leather. I record their voices, their laughter, their sighs. Giuseppe also shows me his greatest treasure, a collection of handwritten musical scores and letters from his father, who was also a luthier. One letter, dated 1943, speaks of a lullaby composed for a child during an air raid, a melody meant to calm fear with beauty. One afternoon, as I am helping Giuseppe varnish a cello back, a young woman bursts into the shop. She is maybe in her 30s, with fiery eyes and an anxious expression. "No, no," she exclaims, kissing Giuseppe on the cheek. She is Elena, his granddaughter. She notices me and switches to perfect English. "You must be Leo." My grandfather talks about nothing but the Canadian with the sad eyes and good hands. I laugh, embarrassed. Elena is a historian, passionate about preserving Naples's cultural memory. She joins our conversations, and her energy is infectious. She offers to show me the city's hidden archives, places where the real stories of Naples are kept. With Elena as my guide, I see the city through a new lens. We visit ancient libraries, meet retired opera singers, and even sit in on a lively family dinner with her cousins, where everyone talks, argues, and sings simultaneously. I feel a warmth I have never known in my quiet, orderly life back home. Weeks pass. The festival draws nearer. I have collected dozens of stories, sounds, and emotions, but I am still struggling to weave them into my composition. One night, a terrible storm hits Naples. Worried about Giuseppe in his old workshop, I run through the rain to check on him. I find him not in the workshop, but in a small back room, carefully looking through a watertight chest. He pulls out a yellowed envelope. "For you," he says. I was waiting for the right time. Inside is an unfinished composition, a violin piece titled "Letter to My Distant Son." It was written by his father during the war, a piece full of longing, hope, and love. The melody is simple but devastatingly beautiful. "He never finished it," Giuseppe whispers, tears in his eyes. "My brother, his son, was lost at sea. He could never write the final movement. Maybe you can finish it with your new stories." That night, with the storm raging outside, the final piece of my own puzzle clicks into place. I understand. My music cannot just be my story. It must be an echo of all these stories: the loss, the love, the resilience, the daily joy of Naples. I work feverishly for days, combining themes from the old lullaby, the rhythm of Carlo's songs, the melodic rise and fall of Maria's voice talking about her son, and the haunting core of Giuseppe's father's letter. Elena brings me food and quiet support. Finally, the new composition, which I title Naples' Heartbeat, is complete. It is not just a piece for violin, it is a piece of the city. The night of the festival arrives. Backstage, I am more nervous than I have ever been. Giuseppe and Elena are in the front row. I walk onto the stage of the magnificent Teatro San Carlo, but instead of seeing a faceless audience, I see Maria, Carlo, and all the people who shared their stories with me. I close my eyes and do not play for critics or fame. I play for Giuseppe's father. I play for the lost son. I play for Maria's pride and Carlo's songs. The music pours out, raw, passionate, and alive, full of sorrowful beauty and defiant joy. As the final note fades, there is a moment of absolute silence. Then the theater erupts. Giuseppe is on his feet, tears streaming down his face. Elena is beaming. After the concert, Giuseppe embraces me tightly. "You finished his song," he says, his voice choked. "You brought him home." Later, as we celebrate at a small family trattoria, Elena takes my hand. "What will you do now, Leo?" she asks. I look around at the lively faces, feel the warmth of the place, and listen to the melody of life happening all around me. I realize I am no longer a visitor. I think I say slowly, my music has found its home. And so have I. I decide to stay in Naples, to collaborate with Elena on a project combining music and oral history, and to officially become Giuseppe's apprentice. The lonely violinist from Canada is gone. In his place is a man who has learned that true music is not about perfect notes, but about connection, memory, and the courage to listen to the heart, both in an instrument and in the people around you. Now it is your turn to practice. This longer story gives you even more material to work with. Please go back to the beginning. Listen carefully to each sentence. Pause the video. Repeat aloud with focus and intention. Try to capture the emotion and the pacing. This shadowing technique, when practiced consistently with rich material like this, will fundamentally transform your English. It will move from being a subject you study to a language you feel and live. Your pronunciation will become clearer, your rhythm more natural, and your confidence will grow every day. Remember, the journey to fluency is a marathon, not a sprint. Practice a little each day. Stay curious and trust the process. You are doing incredibly important work. I am so proud of your effort. I will see you in our next lesson, where we will continue this journey together. Keep practicing and never stop believing in your ability to learn. Goodbye for now.